Every gardener dreams of a lush, thriving garden filled with vibrant plants, healthy leaves, and strong roots. But not every gardener wants to spend hours mixing, measuring, and fussing with fertilizers. That's where compost tea comes in, and better yet, the lazy gardener's version of it. Compost tea is the simplest, most natural way to feed your soil and boost plant health without breaking your back or your budget. And if you do it the easy way, it becomes an almost effortless part of your routine that delivers powerful results. Compost tea isn't some magical elixir. It's simply a liquid extract made by soaking mature compost in water, allowing the nutrients and microbes to leach out. This microbial-rich solution acts like a probiotic for your soil, introducing living organisms that boost nutrient availability and suppress plant diseases. But you don't need fancy equipment or aerators to make it work. The lazy gardener's method is all about minimal effort, using what you already have on hand to produce something remarkably effective. The first step is selecting the right compost. Not all compost is created equal, especially if it's fresh. You want to use well-aged, crumbly, dark compost that smells earthy and clean. If your compost is still hot or smells sour, it's not ready and may harm your plants. Finished compost is rich in beneficial bacteria, fungi, and nutrients, all of which are drawn out when soaked in water. Even if your compost pile isn't perfect, as long as it's mature and well decomposed, it will do the job. Next comes the brewing process. In its simplest form, compost tea requires just 2 ingredients: compost and water. Skip the aquarium pumps, molasses, or fancy setups. All you need is a 5-gallon bucket, or really, any large container. Fill it halfway with water, preferably rainwater or dechlorinated tap water, since chlorine can kill the good microbes you're trying to grow. Then add a few generous handfuls of compost. Give it a good stir, let it sit, and you're halfway there. The steeping process takes anywhere from 24 to 48 hours. During this time, the water becomes infused with microbial life and plant-friendly nutrients. Give it a stir whenever you walk by to keep things moving and to help oxygenate the mix. You'll know it's ready when the water turns a rich, dark tea color and gives off a mild, earthy scent. Avoid letting it sit too long without movement, as stagnant water can begin to smell or harbor unwanted bacteria. 2 days is usually the sweet spot for a lazy but effective brew. Once it's ready, strain the liquid through a cloth or old t-shirt into a watering can or spray bottle. The leftover compost solids can be returned to the pile or used as mulch. The finished tea can be applied directly to your soil or as a foliar spray on leaves. It's best used immediately after brewing, while the microbes are still active and abundant. You'll notice over time that your plants grow stronger, resist disease better, and produce more flowers or fruit, and it all comes from a bucket of compost and some water. Now here's where the lazy magic really kicks in. Once you get the hang of making compost tea, you can just make it part of your natural rhythm. It honestly doesn't have to be done every week or according to a strict schedule. Just use it when your plants look like they could use a little pick-me-up. Apply it after transplanting to help reduce shock, or during a dry spell to give the roots a hydration boost with some extra nutrition. There's really no need to overthink it. This whole approach is about observing your garden and responding gently, just like nature does. There's also the added benefit of reducing your dependence on store-bought fertilizers and chemical inputs. Compost tea, especially when you apply it consistently over a growing season, improves soil structure, builds up microbial diversity, and encourages healthy root development. That's the kind of investment lazy gardeners love, something that pays you back without demanding a ton of labor. It's not a quick fix, but rather a slow-building, long-lasting boost that aligns with natural systems. Some gardeners worry that the non-aerated method doesn't produce the same benefits as actively aerated compost tea or AAAC tea. While it's true that AACT may grow more microbial diversity, the lazy version is still loaded with benefits. It's safer in some ways too, as long brewing times with added sugars in AACT can sometimes lead to the growth of unwanted pathogens if not handled properly. With lazy compost tea, you're staying within a safe, simple, and effective zone, and for most gardens, that's more than enough. One key tip for ongoing success is to pay attention to your source compost. As your pile improves with better inputs, like shredded leaves, kitchen scraps, and garden trimmings, your compost tea gets even better. The tea really reflects the health of your compost, so feed your pile well and, it will return the favor. Over time, you'll start noticing how much more alive your soil feels. Earthworms become more active. Water retention improves, disease issues decrease, and you'll realize that good gardening doesn't have to be hard gardening. So, if you're ready to boost your garden's vitality without backbreaking work, lazy compost tea might just become your secret weapon. With just compost, water, and a little patience, you can give your plants everything they need to thrive. No chemicals, no stress, no fuss. If this guide brought you value and made gardening feel a little easier, hit that subscribe button on Hydrohaven and share this video with a fellow gardener who loves simplicity. Let's grow smarter, not harder, starting with what's in your compost pile.